Welcome to Think About It with your host, Jaden Miller.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Think About It with Jaden Miller. I'm your host, Jaden Miller. Thank you all for joining me on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's a beautiful day, and we've got more to come. Hey, thanks again for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. And please listen and follow and comment on your favorite podcast platform. I drop episodes every Wednesday and Sunday. And again, I hope you guys are enjoying my new podcast. All right. So today we're going to talk about, are you entitled? Several topics I'm going to talk about today. So the first one is, are you entitled? And I might throw in a couple of riddles to see how smart you are. All right. So when we do the riddles, you may need to pause the podcast and think about them and then come back with it. I'll have the answer for you, but maybe you can come back and see if you got the right answer. And then I have a quick update on this whole Gabby Petito thing and her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or former fiance, or however you like to say that, Brian Laundrie, and whether or not he could still be alive. So we have an aggressive podcast day for you, and hopefully we can cover everything to your satisfaction. So the question again is, are you entitled? Are you entitled? All right. Well, first of all, what does it mean to be entitled? What does it mean to be entitled? Well, according to the Urban Dictionary, it says an attitude, demeanor, or air of rudeness, ingraciousness, or combativeness, especially when making excessive demands for service. Is that you? When you go into a restaurant, are you entitled? When you're at your workplace, are you entitled? When you're at school, are you entitled? Are you entitled because of your social background? Are you entitled because of your racial background? Are you entitled because of your social background? Well, we'll explore some times when some people were entitled and how the backlash came back on them. All right, so I've got a couple of, little instances here of people that were entitled. All right, so first we've got someone from the Campbell's Soup Company that responded to a customer that said, your new commercial with the two dads makes me sick. That's the entitled person from Henderson, Tennessee. Your new commercial with the two dads makes me sick. Well, someone from Campbell's customer service said, hi, Kim. If you're feeling sick, we suggest enjoying a delicious can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Make sure to enjoy it hot so that it can help warm up your cold, dead heart. All right, hope that helps. From customer service at Campbell's. That was a great response to that entitled person. All right, here's another one here. I'm eating breakfast at the busy restaurant below my apartment. A lovely young woman just asked me if I could hurry up and finish my breakfast. My friend is coming in 15 minutes and we want to take your seat. The person replied, so I'll be there for the rest of today. All right. Take your time. That's right. Take your time. Entitled people. Are you entitled? Think about it with Jaden Miller. Hey, I hope you guys enjoy my new intro and outro music. I've added a new flair to it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Here's another one. Okay. Had a baby boomer in front of me at the Dairy Queen. She insisted she was a Blizzard expert and there was simply not enough chocolate pieces in her Blizzard, and she wanted to complain to whoever is in charge. She's going on and on with this teenager. The teenager is calmly explaining they make them all the same, etc., etc., the same procedure. But this woman is now yelling at the teenager. So, according to this person that is dealing with the entitled person, I walked past the woman and put money in the teen's tip jar. I haven't even gotten any ice cream yet. The woman looks at the person that is dealing with, I'm so confused, but the person that's dealing with the entitled person says that the woman looks at him and turns back and yells some more at the teen. And he just continues to put more money in the tip jar. The teen smiles. The woman can't think of what to say and stops yelling because I'm looking at her dead in the eye like, The ATM is over there. I can go all night. The more you yell at her, meaning the teenager, the more money she makes. Someone responded that aggressive generosity to combat boomer selfishness is so great. It's the best part. It is. Those boomers out there, I don't know what's up with you guys. All right, here's another one. Some white lady just tried to do the whole I'm friends with the owner thing to me, and I dead ass said, oh really? I didn't realize we were friends. What's your name? Wow, that's crazy. All right. Here's another one. Let me see. By the way, don't let the door smack you on the butt on the way out. Here's someone that tweeted, the day my husband asked me to pay halves on rent is the day I pack my bags. The response, and go where? You can't even afford half the rent. Wow, that was an epic burn. What would you say? Think about it with me, Jaden Miller. Here's another one. This was a clapback from a company from a really, really horrible employee. No more masks. Any business that tells me to put on a mask, especially Whole Foods on Lomo Alto in Dallas, will get told to kiss my corona ass and will lose my business forever. It's time to stop this BS. Do I have to show the lame security guard outside of a ghetto store my COVID-19 test results? I will show him my Glock 21 shooting range results with hollow point bullets. Pricey ammo, but worth it in this situation. They have reached the limit. I have more power than they do. They just don't know it yet. Well, here was the response. This afternoon, we learned that an administrative employee of our firm issued a threatening and offensive post on a personal social media account related to COVID-19 mask protections. This post is a complete violation of the values of our company, including our commitment to the health and safety of the communities we serve. We have terminated this individual's employment and notified the proper authorities about the post as a precaution. We are deeply sorry for this situation. This type of post is not and never will be tolerated by our company. That's a serious answer to that response. So here's a little secret for you guys out there. Don't post stuff about your employer on social media. All right, here's another one for you. Let me see. What's a good one for those of you out there listening? Oh, how about this one? Okay. I dumped my ex-boyfriend because he was suffering from a serious disease. He is healthy now. How can I go back to him? Well, someone wrote, I'm amazed she's alive given the absence of a heart. All right, here's another one. Check this one out. Entitled woman wants to book an appointment to get her lashes done. Hi, I want to get my lashes done with you, but I just wanted to say first, I don't want to talk during the appointment due to the fact that I clearly do not like you as a person. I just like your work and your work only. I need an appointment tomorrow morning. Put me down for a 10 a.m. How dumb can you be? All right. I mean, what an entitled person. I mean, how are you going to write someone and tell them that you don't like them, but yet you want an appointment with them because you like their work? All right. Okie dokie. Let's move forward. Here's one. This is absolutely just crazy. All right. Again, we're talking about entitled people. Are you entitled? Again, thank you all for joining me on Think About It with Jaden Miller. Please like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. And follow me, like, comment on your favorite podcast platform. We're talking about entitled people right now. Entitled people. Are you entitled? Think about it. Are you entitled? Here's another entitled person. Dear neighbor, you just moved into this neighborhood a year ago, and I wanted to give you time to correct this problem on your own, but you are apparently too inconsiderate to do so. Every day this week, when weather has been nice and windows are open, you proceed to let your small child run free in your backyard and laugh and giggle and carry on without end. This is very disruptive for my 2 dogs and my bird who sits next to the window and like to look into your yard. Perhaps you could ask him to tone it down a bit or at least limit his outside time to 15 to 20 minutes a day so my dogs can be outside without seeing him running around. If this kind of behavior persists, I will call the police. I would invite my kids' friends every day. What an entitled person. Wow. Are you entitled? That's the question today. Think about it with Jaden Miller. Here we go. The joys of in-home service industry. My wife and I contacted this company for an emergency repair of our refrigerator, which stopped cooling and freezing. By the way, they gave them 1 star. Check this out. We had $300 worth of food at stake. When we called, we just got an answering device, which I explained we needed an immediate repair and left our number to please call us back. No one ever did. As far as this company having 24-hour emergency repair, it doesn't. All right, listen to the response from the owner. Hello. All of our operations are shut down due to Hurricane Dorian. Our service area is currently covered by evacuation orders and hurricane warnings. I am sorry for your loss of food. However, understand that the safety of my team and their families comes first during these times. As soon as it is deemed safe to continue operations, we will. To leave a business a 1-star review because you didn't get a response while a Category 5 storm is hitting our area is incredible. Incredible it is. All right. Think about it with Jaden Miller. We're talking about, are you entitled? Are you an entitled person? Do you go into a restaurant expecting something for nothing? Do you go into a retail store and because the service isn't the best, or because the employees are overworked and you feel as though the service isn't the best, that you get something for nothing? Here's one. Police. Wrong way driver thanked them for using lights siren to clear traffic for her. Check this out. Police say a woman driving the wrong way on US 20 hit speeds of 100 miles per hour, waved at an officer attempting to pull her over, and once she finally stopped, told police she was headed to a friend's house for a picnic and thanked them for using their lights and sirens to clear the way for her so she could get there faster. Was she drunk? I almost hope she was, because how can a person be so completely oblivious? All right. You're with me, Jaden Miller, on Think About It with Jaden Miller. We just talked about entitled people. Are you entitled? Are you entitled? Are you nice to people? Okay. Do you share positive comments about service that you've received? Or is that just an expectation that everybody that works in the service industry should be, accommodating for you? Or, that old adage, the customer is always right. Is the customer always right? Think about it with Jaden Miller. I'm going to move on a little bit. I had several topics I wanted to share with you or talk to you all about today. The first one was, are you entitled? All right, but now let's see how smart you are. So the other day I asked several close relatives of mine some real deep riddles, okay, to see how their mind thinks. Are they using critical thinking skills? All right, so let's see if you are using critical thinking skills, all right, in your everyday life. So I've got some riddles for you. So these are the rules. Now you can always wait and hear the answer from me. But what I want to do is I want you all to be engaged, okay? Maybe stop the podcast, think about it for a few minutes, and then, come up with your answer and then listen to me for the answer. So we're going to be engaging today, all right? Here on Think About It with Jaden Miller. So here we go. Here's one. Sarah has 4 daughters, and each of her daughters has a brother. How many children does Sarah have? Think about it. Sarah has 4 daughters. One more time. And each of her daughters has a brother. How many children does Sarah have? Think about it. Go ahead and pause for a second and think about it. How many children does Sarah have? I'll give you about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, what's the correct response? 5. Each daughter has the same brother, right? Makes sense? Using your critical thinking skills today with me, Jaden Miller, on Think About It with Jaden Miller. Here's another one. Take one out and scratch my head. I am now black, but once red. What am I? Let's do that one more time. Take one out and scratch my head. I am now black, but once was red. What am I? What am I? What do you think that one is? Pause it. Think about it for a second. What do you think? All right. I'll give you 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. A match. A match. All right. Let's see how well you can do on this adult riddle. 2 fathers and 2 sons are in a car, yet there are only 3 people in the car. How? Think about it. 2 fathers and 2 sons are in a car, yet there are only 3 people in the car. How? We're testing your critical thinking skills here. What's the correct response? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They are grandfather, father, and son. Think about it. 2 fathers and 2 sons are in a car, yet there are only 3 people in the car. How? Well, because they're grandfather, father, and son. Okay, here we go. I have branches, but no fruit, trunk, or leaves. What am I? That's an easy one. I have branches, but no fruit, trunk, or leaves. What am I? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A bank. Banks have branches, right? Yes, of course they do. Again, I appreciate you guys joining me on Think About It with Jaden Miller. This is our Sunday podcast. I drop podcast every Wednesday and Sunday. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. And please like, follow, share, tell everybody about my podcast. And of course, you can listen to it on your favorite podcast platform. So today we've been talking about entitled people. Now we've moved into the area of riddles. How smart are you? Okay, are you able to use your critical thinking skills well? All right, let's continue. What starts with a T, ends with a T, and has a T in it? Think about it. What starts with a T, ends with a T, and has T in it? What do you think? Think about it. What do you think? What starts with a T, ends with a T, and has T in it? Speaking of T, my beautiful fiance is in the background back there. You guys can't see her, all right? But she's in the room to give me moral support. I call her T. Great Tanisha. All right, what starts with a T, ends with a T, and has T in it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A teapot. A teapot. All right, let's see. See how smart you guys are. Let me come up with another one that's really, really good here. All right, here you go. All right, check this one out. The person who makes it has no need of it. The person who buys it has no use for it. The person who uses it can never see nor feel it. What is it? That's a difficult one. Let's do that again. The person who makes it has no need of it. The person who buys it has no use for it. The person who uses it can never see nor feel it. What is it? Pause it for a minute and think about it. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is the correct answer? A coffin. A coffin. The person who makes it has no need of it. The person who buys it has no use for it. The person who uses it can never see nor feel it. It is a coffin. All right, let me see. Let's do a couple of more here before I move into my next topic here. Let's see. What's a good one for all you smart people out there? All right, here we go. What begins with an E and only contains 1 letter? What begins with an E and only contains 1 letter? Ooh, I see you guys out there really thinking about this one. What begins with an E and only contains 1 letter? Put on your critical thinking skills here. What could that be? All right, don't forget, pause it, think about it, come back with your response. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What begins with an E and only contains 1 letter? An envelope. An envelope. An envelope. All right, here. Last one. All right. So check this out. Listen, you got to really, really pay attention to this now, okay? Really, really think about it. What word in the dictionary is spelled wrong? What word in the dictionary is spelled wrong? One word. Now remember, dictionaries have been around for hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years. All right. What word in the dictionary is spelled wrong? Give up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is the correct response? Wrong. W-R-O-N-G. What word in the dictionary is spelled wrong? Wrong. Okay. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed those. All right. Those are riddles to test your critical thinking skills. We'll do some more of those on another future podcast. Again, I want to thank you guys for joining me on Think About It with Jaden Miller. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Thank you for following. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening on your favorite podcast platform. All right. So in podcast past, I've given you guys updates on the whole Gabby Petito case and, the search for her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, or fiance rather, Brian Laundrie. Well, of course, as you all will remember, Gabby Petito's remains were found. So unfortunately, she is not living anymore. And then her boyfriend, or fiance, I'm sorry, as you'll remember, they were on a cross-country trip vacation, and they ended up in the Wyoming's Grand Teton Forest wilderness there. And they had gotten into several arguments while traveling. And unfortunately, her life ended in the state of Wyoming at this major 25,000 acre nature reserve. Where's Brian Laundrie? Now, the case has been dragging along for quite some time. There have been no sightings of Brian Laundrie. Of course, the speculation out there is that he must have done something to her. Let me remind you all that in our criminal justice system, an accused person is judged not guilty until proven guilty. All right, I'm just joking. It's a play on words. All right, in our country, in our jurisprudence system, you are innocent until found guilty. All right, there's always the presumption of innocence for anyone that is accused of wrongdoing. All right, so Brian Laundrie has not been convicted. However, there is speculation, all right, that he may have had a hand in her disappearance and maybe ultimately her death. But where is he? So, of course, as you all would recall, he left Wyoming in her van, drove it clear across the country back to Florida, his home, all right, and never ever mentioned where she was, where she is, why he left her, any of that. Finally, after about 10 days, her parents report her missing. Her poor parents think she's with him, okay? But yet he's back in Florida. He's at his parents' house, and his parents, I believe his sister and Mr. Brian Laundrie, go camping for a night or two. Can you believe? Can you believe? All right. Well, the question now is, where is he? Some people speculate that he is in the Carlton Reserve. And again, that is a wilderness area near where his parents live in Northport, Florida. All right. The question is, after about a month now, maybe a few weeks, actually it's been about a month now because we're moving into the middle of the month. So maybe about 3 weeks. All right. The question is he still alive? Is he able to survive, for example, in the Carlton Reserve there in Florida for over 3 weeks without assistance? Now, you should know that the Carlton Reserve is vast and unforgiving, or a vast and unforgiving location at times, all right? It has deep water in many areas. There are alligators, and the swamps are snake infested, all right? So it would be very, very difficult. Some experts say that it would be even difficult for them as professionals, all right, trained in survival tactics to be able to survive in that reserve for this long. They go on to say that Florida's climate is very, very difficult. And there's one gentleman, his name is Robert Urban. He's the founder and chief instructor of the Urban Survival Academy. He says, I'm an expert with plenty of experience and would be everything that I could do to survive for more than 3 weeks. Someone with no experience, like Brian Laundrie, you cannot be lucky and survive in that sort of climate. Again, the list of challenges Brian Laundrie could be facing isn't a short one. First, as I mentioned, there's wildlife that could hurt him, including water moccasins, those are snakes, hogs, bears, and alligators. All right. There have also been panther sightings in the reserve in the past. All right. So they go on to say that if Laundrie was in the reserve for this long, he would likely also not be operating under the best mindset, several experts added, due to the anxiety of trying to evade authorities and trying to survive, which could hinder his survival skills. When you're tired, you're not as defensive, you're not as vigilant as you should be, according to Mr. Urban. All right. Well, he would also need shelter, water, and food. It's unclear what Laundrie took with him when he left. Remember, he went on a camping trip with his parents, came back home. Okay, his parents told police he left home with a backpack. All right, experts say a big part of whether he could still be alive if he was in the reserve depends on how prepared he was when he allegedly went in and how he is able to come up with the 3 basics: shelter, water, and food. There's a survival expert named Dave Canterbury. He says if he had ways to disinfect the water through filtration and cover to protect himself from the weather and things like that, he could survive for a certain period of time. All right. Well, what do you think? Think about it with Jaden Miller. Would Brian Laundrie be able to survive for 3 weeks, knowing that he doesn't have the survival skills of an expert, being out in the Carlton Reserve for 3 weeks with no food, possibly no water, and then facing all of the weather elements, and not only that, the animal elements that are out there? All right. You may ask the question, well, maybe he's started a campfire. Well, if you're on the run, starting a fire is going to be a big no-no, especially if you don't want to be found or seen. All right. So it's going to be very difficult for him to stay out of there, meaning the Carlton Reserve, for a very long period of time. Okay. Again, the weather in Florida, especially in that area, is very, very sketchy. All right. So we will continue to update on the Gabby Petito death, and of course Brian Laundrie, where he is, on a future podcast. I want to thank you guys for joining me today on Think About It with Jaden Miller. So I want you to think about it. Think about it. Are you entitled? Are you an entitled person? And if you are, what can you do to change? All right. What can you do to change? Think about it. And then we've also shared a number of riddles. All right. So hopefully you'll go back and rewind this podcast and listen to those. Use your critical thinking skills to help you come up with the answers. Don't just listen to me, or don't just Google them. And then finally, we talked about Brian Laundrie. Could he still be alive after the death of Gabby Petito? He's in the Carlton Reserve, the police believe, and he's been there for over 3 weeks. Is he still alive? Again, thank you all for joining me on Think About It with Jaden Miller. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. And again, don't forget to like me, follow me, comment, all right? Comment on some of the things that we've talked about, all right, on my podcast or on my YouTube channel. All right, for now, I'm going to say goodbye. We'll see you guys next time on Think About It with Jaden Miller. Have a good day.
Thank you for listening to Think About It with Jaden Miller. Don't forget to like and subscribe to his YouTube channel, and like and follow on your favorite podcast platform.